This is the book of Psalms, chapter 9, and verse 16. The Lord Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, is known by the judgment which he executeth. The wicked is snared in the work of his own hands. Shalom, Kol Haloyim, Wahawad, La, Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rakah HaKodash. Double honors going out to the venerable apostles of the great millstone, along with the bishops and Zaquanyam, who are guiding and teaching the church well in these last days. And I want to say salutations, peace, and blessings be unto the Baath Shah Dawadah, that is the house of David, the elect. Starting with the men of the Lord, his servants, the prophets, the 144,000. All right, on down to that remnant. All right, that remnant among Israel, the remnant among Yasharallah, who have believed our report, the men, women, and children believers, the friends and helps of the prophets, they too are going to be delivered out of this coming destruction. And that's what's coming to America, a.k.a. Babylon the Great, complete and total destruction. Compliments of the ICBMs, the intercontinental ballistic missiles, and the chariots of the Lord. And by now you've all heard the news. Okay, this isn't really breaking news no more. The elder apostle Tahar actually uploaded a video yesterday being September 6, 2023. All right, he uploaded the sentencing phase of Brother Polite's trial, okay, where he was sentenced to 7 years in prison, all right, for assaulting that girl, all right, his girlfriend's daughter, who I believe was 13 at the time, who's now scarred for life, all right. He got 7 years, and basically I listened to the mother's testimony too at the end of the sentencing. You know, the mother spoke, and this man is wicked, man. He it's not like he just dealt with her and had sex with her. He did much more than that, man. He drugged this girl. All right, he got her drunk. Okay, he left bruises on her body. You know, he was wicked, and according to the mother and her testimony, this occurred, all right, the first time she left her daughter in his care. All right, so this dude is a demon. All right, this dude is a complete fucking demon. He's wicked as fuck. And, you know, he's famous for doing all kinds of wicked shit, shooting up the Bible. There's a video of him shooting up the Bible, and that video is several years old now. You know, he hates the Bible. He hates the Lord. He hates the Lord's men. Okay? He hates the law, statutes, and commandments of the Lord. When the Bible says that the law of the Lord is perfect, it says that these statutes are right, but he has a problem with them. You know? He had a problem with the grape issue. All right, you know what I'm talking about. Take off the G. All right, because there's a law in the Bible, all right, that tells you how to deal with grape. Okay, Deuteronomy chapter 22 verses 28 and 29. You can go read it. All right. He had a problem with you know, the fact that the Bible, all right, says that you can deal with you can deal with girls. Okay, girls who become women when they pass the flower of their age. In other words, when a girl has her period, she stops being a girl and she becomes a woman. Now, can you run around out here in Babylon the Great and Satan's kingdom doing this shit? Absolutely not. We don't teach that. We don't do that. Otherwise, we'd be in a prison cell with your ass. So we don't advocate. We're not telling brothers to go out here and deal with underage women. Damn. Just like we're not out here putting Moses to death. You're supposed to put Moses to death. Sodomites. According to the law, you're supposed to put adulterers to death. We're not doing that either. Okay? All the apostles were saying to this man, all right, and to all of Israel, okay, to you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native American Indians, who are the Lord's chosen people on the earth, along with you speckled birds, Israelite foreigners, is that, all right, once a girl passes the flower of her age, 1 Corinthians chapter 7, okay, she becomes a woman, and it's not a sin to deal with her at that point. Period. If that don't sound right to you, it's because you're emotional and you've been in the West too long. You've been in America too long. You become Romanized. Everything you've been taught, okay, runs clean contrary to the law, statutes, and commandments of the Bible. But this is the way it was in ancient Israel, and this is the way it's going to be upon the Lord's return, whether you like it or not. Problem is, Jake comes to the scriptures, all right, in his feelings. Jake is highly emotional, especially Judah, and I can speak on that. You know, Jake spends too much time with his mom. You know, I spent a lot of time with my mother. That's just the way it went down in my family. Okay, and guess what? She was highly emotional, and guess what? That rubbed off on me. And guess what? When I came into this truth, all right, I had to shake that shit off. When you come into this truth, these scriptures, you'll learn how to be a man according to the Bible. You'll start learning how to be a man. Okay? You can't approach this book in your feelings. You can't be emotional. The fact of the matter is, okay, when you go to Deuteronomy 22, and I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this video because the apostles have spoken, the elders have spoken, and plenty of brothers have already touched on it. But when you go into Deuteronomy, the 22nd chapter, and verses 28 and 29, all right, you'll read that it was lawful for you to grab up a damsel, a virgin who was not betrothed, and you could deal with her, and you could lay with her, you could humble her. In other words, you can have sex with her. Okay, but you had to fulfill. You had to basically, if you did that, okay, it wasn't against the law. It's not against the law according to the Bible, but you had to pay a dowry. You had to pay that woman's father, you know, and you had to make that woman your wife, and you couldn't put her away all the days of your life. Okay? Period. That's the way it is. I'm going to get that in the Psalms, though, where it talks about the law of the Lord being perfect. Hey, you got judged, son. You got judged. You got harsh judgment. And really, your problems have only just begun, you know, because you're going to have to deal with the Lord when he comes back. All right, Psalms 19. Lost my place. I was just in the Psalms. All right, Psalms chapter 19 and verse 7, right? The law of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is perfect. See? Converting the soul. Okay, the testimony of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is sure, making wise the simple. Okay? The statutes, verse 8, of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, are right, rejoicing the heart or the mind. So see, this law is perfect. These statutes are right. Okay, there's nothing lacking. There ain't no flaws. All right, the Lord didn't make no mistakes. It says, the commandment of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is pure, enlightening the eyes. Verse 9, the fear of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, is clean, enduring forever. The judgments of the Lord, Yahweh B'Shem Yahushua, are true and righteous altogether. So you know what? This is a righteous and true judgment, man. The fact that Esau threw your ass in prison, all right, for 7 years, and you got 10 years probation, which, you know, obviously by that time, you know, we're going to be well into the kingdom of heaven. But anyways, you know, yeah, well, this is a classic example of fuck around and find out. All right? You fucked around and you found out. What happens when you come against the men of the Lord? You know? And isn't it ironic? You're the one that had a problem with, you know, the fact that the Bible says you can deal with so-called underage women. Okay? And then here it is, you're the one who went out and dealt with a 13-year-old. And again, it's not just the fact that you dealt with a 13-year-old, okay, which we're supposed to be out here, you know, keeping Esau's laws, as long as they don't go against as long as they don't go against the Bible. We're not supposed to be out here stealing, you know, killing, having sex with minors, obviously. Okay. Anyway, what else do I want to get? Oh yeah, yeah. Let's see, something in Wisdom of Solomon, because this dude had a large following. Okay, this dude is very popular among the Israelite community. Okay, this dude is worth, his net worth is between 10 and $12 million. Okay, but the Lord don't give a shit about any of that. This is he ain't no respecter of persons. It tells you that in Colossians verses 3 and 25. He don't care how much money you have. Who do you think gave you all that money? Ultimately, it's the Lord that gives and takes away. All right, hold on, Slakia. This is the Wisdom of Solomon, chapter 6 and verse 5. And it reads, horribly and speedily shall they come upon you. Right, talking about Yahweh, Bahashem Yahushua says, horribly and speedily shall they come upon you. Right? And he came upon you yesterday. It says, for a sharp judgment shall be to them that be in high places. Right? Yeah, and he's in a high, again, he was in a high place. He's not in a high place right now. But, you know, he's I mean, come on, man. When you worth between 10 and $12 million, you sitting in a high place. All right? Again, a large following, you know, very popular. Okay, and look what happened to him. A sharp judgment came upon him. All right, he was judged severely. Okay? What else? Oh, yeah, Deuteronomy. I had some scriptures saved. That I'm going off the top of my head right now. But anyways, Deuteronomy chapter 7, right? And verse 10. Deuteronomy chapter 7 and verse and verse 10. And it reads, and repayeth them that hate him to their face. See, Yahweh Shai, all right, he repaid you, man. All right, to your face yesterday. Okay? And repayeth them that hate him to their face to destroy them. All right, you destroyed, man. You destroyed, you fix it, and it's only going to get worse for you. Okay? It says, he will not be slack to him that hateth them. Right? You hate the Lord. This is what happens, man. He will repay him to his face. Okay? Yeah, man. Verse 11, thou shalt therefore keep the commandments and the statutes and the judgments which you hate. All right? Which I command thee this day to do them. Okay? Because if you don't, all right, and you hating on the Lord, you're going to be repaid for that to your face. I think his real name is Michael Nowak, if I'm not mistaken. Michael Nowak, Brother Polite, Brother Pedalite. Yeah, man. Let's get, I'll wrap it up with this one. Sirach. Or Ecclesiasticus, the 12th chapter. In verse 6, for the Most High hated sinners. That's right. And this man is a sinner. Okay? This man is evil. This man is wicked. This man is a blasphemer. This man is a scoffer, a mocker, a scorner. All right? For the Most High hated sinners and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly. We just read that in Deuteronomy 7. Okay? And keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. Right. Okay, because he still got if he makes it through Jacob's trouble, all right, and gets to the end, all right, and lives to see them nukes, he's gonna have to burn in the lake of fire over here in America. Okay, yeah, read it again. Sirach or Ecclesiastes chapter 12 verse 6. For the Most High, whose name is Yahweh, by the way, hateth sinners, and will repay vengeance unto the ungodly, and keepeth them against the mighty day of their punishment. That's right. So anyway, that's all I got. You know, We're going to keep it moving. This is what happens, okay, when you blaspheme and you come against the prophets of the Lord. You get smacked. You get judged. So with that, I don't want to rot the side. Lord willing, you was edified. And it's on to the next video. Shalom.